What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey, after much anticipation, waiting, we finally have the We Cry Together music video. Really short film. That's what it's identified as, from Kendrick Lamar featuring Taylour Paige. We first heard about this short film when Kendrick Lamar's album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers came out a few months ago. We've been waiting. It was a big headline that they had filmed this short film and that it was coming soon, right after the album dropped. Everybody was looking for it. We thought it was going to be released in music video format, similar to how N95 came out. Unfortunately, we've had to wait. The film has been seen and shown in different festivals. In addition, they were only showing it at a select theater out in LA, mostly comprised of friends and family of the staff that worked on the project, and they let a limited amount of actual fans come in and view it, which they had to, of course, not use their cell phones. They couldn't take any photos or video while observing. So there hasn't been any real remnants of this online. You couldn't find it anywhere, but it's finally been released today on Kendrick Lamar's YouTube page, PG Lang. You already know what it is. So let's break down what we got here, man. The nearly 6-minute short film is directed by Jake Schreier, Dave Free, and Kendrick Lamar. As y'all know, Dave Free and Kendrick work on all of his music videos or visual content, so that's no surprise there. One of the standout things that I love about this piece is that they actually shot this in one take using live vocals. As an artist and performer, I don't think a lot of people are really gonna understand what was on display here. The amount of concentration that it takes, the memorization that it takes to do this in one take, not to mention the breath control that it takes to actually give out such an emotional performance. They're moving around the set. They're moving around in this apartment where, you know, Kendrick starts out on the couch. She's getting dressed. She comes out into the living room to talk to him. They're having an argument nonetheless. So they're having to do a variety of vocal inflections the same way that they did it on the original song. They actually had to act it out and be on par with the original recording while also giving it its own twist. They did a little bit of ad-libbing in pieces to make it a bit more believable on camera. But Kendrick and Taylour, this is an outstanding performance, man. We all know the lyrics, we all know the contents of this record. It's nothing for me to really rehash what they're saying, you know what I'm saying? But I really just want to go over like how beautifully this was shot, how well it was done. And just really give them a kudos to just giving an A1 performance, man. They actually replicated all of the sound effects that are originally in the song as well. So you hear the keys dangling, you hear when she throws something, the rolly chain, she throws that to the side, you can hear that clinking in the room. When she does the clap, I should have found a better nigga, and she's clapping. It's exactly the same as in the song. And this just is a testament to the amount of hard work that Kendrick Lamar puts into his craft, into his career, always chasing and pursuing excellence. There's no other artist that we know on this mainstream level that will actually take this much time, this much effort to put out a short film or a theatrical release of this kind. The only person that's come close to even doing something of this caliber would be the Jay-Z's with like Streets Is Watching, or maybe even Beyonce with the Lemonade album, the way that that was packaged with the music videos. But the main difference between those projects that were released is that they weren't done with live vocals. And I'm going to continue harping on the live vocal element because they didn't run out of breath. They were perfectly in sync. Nobody missed any cues. They still had a little bit of wiggle room to improvise and ad-lib, like I stated before, but they still kept it very much on par with the original. And they were very convincing with the actual acting, which is another standout piece because it's very easy to be contrived in a moment where you're having an argument. You can over-deliver, you can overact, you can underact in certain elements, but they had a very strong chemistry that's very visible in the shoot. You feel me? Now, I think the piece that's going to get the most controversy or the most talked about is the ending where they actually go from saying F each other to actually engaging in sexual intercourse, because I didn't actually expect them to act that out. I thought that there was gonna be like a fade out at the end when they start, going fuck you, nah, fuck me, fuck, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Nonetheless, they actually did act it out just like they do in the movies. You saw Taylor take her pants off. She had on a thong. She ended up pulling that down, and Kendrick actually takes his pants off. You could see his revealed butt or whatever, you know what I mean? And they continue to act it out. As the camera pans backwards, you start to see that it is indeed an actual film set, not a real apartment, and they're still going, still acting, and still vocalizing the actual sexual interaction that they're having. And like I said, I know that's probably going to be the most talked about part about this whole piece, but I don't think that's the strongest representation of what you're actually seeing. I think the real gem is just the overall performance, the overall amount of effort. This is something that actually, in my opinion, transcends algorithms. This is something that is going to open up more opportunities for somebody like Kendrick Lamar to get acting roles, because we've seen him a couple of times. We saw him on Power, you know what I mean? But he hasn't had a major role as of yet. But I think if that's something that he wants, it's there for the taking. He's been putting out quality videos for a long time. I remember the video for when he was like hanging out the window like the Joker, you know what I mean? The amount of dedication that it took for him to do that, to pull that off. And yeah, he might have looked crazy to some people, but the commitment that it takes to do that on camera, not be ashamed, not feel like, oh man, people are going to judge me for this, that takes a lot. And I also think that this is a great revival for the song We Cry Together, because due to the contents of the song, due to the abrasive nature of the song, it's not one of those records that you're going to be playing a lot, even in the context of the album. You know what I'm saying? I go back to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and this is not a record that I play consistently, but I think that this video is definitely a nice calling card to bring the song back, bring the conversation back to the forefront. And whenever you're actually in the mood for it, I think that this video will eventually outplay the song, you know what I mean? Because now you have the visual element, and it's like watching a good movie all over and over again. But now that I've shared my thoughts on this short film, I want you guys to share your thoughts with me. Did you like it? Did you not? Did you enjoy the performance? Do you think it could have been better? What are your critiques on this? Let me know down in the comments, man. Make sure that you like and share this video. And if you're new here, man, like I always say, subscribe to the channel, man. All we do is talk music over here, music and entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And I also delve into the music business. So for all of you upcoming artists, rising artists, trying to get your platform together, trying to get your music in TV and film, trying to get your music anywhere, this is the place to get that information. All right, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to get all updates, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, much love and respect, y'all. Peace.